rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Why? It's because the rich think about wealth and affluence all the time. And what do the poor think about? The poor think about lack, loss, and limitation, risk, danger, fear, failure.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video here on the Fortitude Investing channel. Thank you guys for stopping by today and listening. Just wanted to say, life's been extremely busy, and that's why I haven't been posting as much. Definitely trying to do my best. But yeah, so let's get into this video today. The Nasdaq files listing with the SEC of tokenization, blockchain listing of stocks. This is some news. Let me tell you, this is like, when I tell you I talk infrastructure here over price, because I could care less what the price is right now. This is what I mean. Like, this stuff right here is hands down what we need here to a certain extent. I do want to talk and get into it a little bit. I want to get into the weeds just a little bit about the pros and the cons of this. I don't necessarily think that it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. Like I said, it's infrastructure. I think it's important, but to a certain extent, it really benefits Wall Street. And I'm going to get into that and talk a little bit about that. And this is why I wanted to talk about it. You look into something, this is called vertical integration. And for vertical integration, that means that there's two different types of integration, horizontal and vertical. And the vertical is where you own all of, basically you own everything for your company, from, the commodities, the supply, the manufacturing, shipping, distribution, and customers. So that'd be like me, that'd be like if I was the owner of Netflix. I would also be manufacturing TVs, and I would be manufacturing TV remotes, maybe even making all the movies. Like that's what this is about. So it's like owning every step of the process to, the product all the way to the customer. So instead of like beating out the customers, not the customers, beating out all the other competition and being the best competition, that'd be more like a horizontal. But this is a vertical, so this is owning each step of the supply chain for whatever it is. So basically meaning when the Nasdaq files for the blockchain integrations, that's basically saying, they want to do vertical integration with the New York Stock Exchange. So basically saying, if it is up to them, but if they're gonna follow through with this, and if this does work out, that means that they get to own and use the Rails blockchain so that they can settle payments instantly and not have a middleman. Now, with vertical integration, a middleman is extremely important, and being able to cut out the middleman allows you to get vertical integration. So for an example, if I'm a manufacturer of, say, Nike shoes, and if I don't own all of the manufacturers to manufacture each shoe, then I don't have the entire supply chain. So I'd have to have all the raw materials, I'd have to have all the supplies, and all the manufacturing to make the shoes, and then all of the vehicles, right? All the semis that would transfer all the shoes to each store. I would have to do that, and then I'd have to own the stores so that I can sell it to the customers. Basically, right now, the New York Stock Exchange has stockbrokers that help issue stock, and basically those are like the middleman between the customer and the New York Stock Exchange. So with them using the blockchain, it gets rid of settlement, it's like settlement housing or houses, whatever. Basically meaning everything's on the blockchain 24/7 all the time. So in a sense, it cuts out their middleman. And this is history rhyming, not repeating, but rhyming. It shows you that anybody who is in power like this will always find a way to stay in power. So, we talk a lot about decentralization, and with them just bringing in, you know, blockchain, geez, blockchain technologies, um, it gives them another weapon in their control. It's interesting. Like, I try not to get into conspiracy theories or price chart, like price exactly. I try to get more into teaching and infrastructure of this. And, you know, it's definitely interesting now that, like, this blockchain technology, like, kind of sets up an end game in a way for the New York Stock Exchange. Now, I'm not saying that it was made up by the government so that they could do this. That's not what I'm saying. I don't believe in that. You can make up your mind and you can make that decision on your own. I'm just here reporting the facts and what I see and helping you read between the lines. This is a way for them to create vertical integration through the New York Stock Exchange, cut out the middleman, and make more money. That's all it's about. I've never been on Wall Street. I've never been on the trading floors, but I can only imagine that it's money hungry people who only want money, and they will do anything that they can to get that. So I guess more than anything, it's like you guys do have to understand like who you're going up against here. This isn't, the neighbor next door. These are the most money hungry people you've ever seen. And they will do anything that they can to get their hands on this. Speaking of that, how about Bitcoin today, guys? Come on, hitting almost 113,000. It's been a little while since we've been up here, since last Friday. Yeah, been a little while. I would sure like to see Bitcoin make a little bit of a breakout. I can't believe it wasn't even that long ago. I guess it's been almost a month that Bitcoin hit all-time highs. I guess it doesn't. It just seems like it was just a few days ago, but I guess it's been almost a month now. What was it, 124? Uh, but it's only 4% away from it. Are you kidding me? Yeah, uh, that's one rate cut away from getting wiped out. Speaking of rate cuts, if we get some rate cuts, that's like go-go juice added into this. And I think that devaluing the dollar, printing more money is great for asset owners. I mean, I love it. I don't care. Bring it on. Let's do it. But for the normal average American who only believes in saving their money and just keeping their money in the bank, gonna continue to hold this bag right here, right? They're holding the bag and they're like, oh, wait, you guys lied to me? Like, oh. And then they still don't get it at all. That's why I'm here to help you guys with this kind of stuff. Is like, we don't want to be the ones that are holding the money when this is all said and done. Talk a lot about, I have, my 5 year prediction of where we're going to be in the next 5 years. And, you know, I don't know necessarily if it's all going to be on the blockchain, but with how quickly this is developing, I mean, I could see it even before the end of Trump's um, presidency, is that we could really see, America is going to be the leader in blockchain technology. So I guess I'm just showing you the facts. I'm just showing you the facts. I'm just telling you, hey, this is what's going on, and and just reading what the Nasdaq is doing here. You can tell, read between the lines here. This is vertical integration. They're trying to cut out the middleman, right? We've got AI, Chat GTP or GPT. I'm just kind of looking up a few things here. And how does Nasdaq go fully tokenization help? So 24-hour or 24/7 trading, I think it's been one of those where they're not 100% sure how they want to do it. I've heard 24/7, I've heard 24/5, so 5 days a week. I don't know necessarily um, how that all will work out, but do keep in mind that the longer that they keep doing this, probably the better. Um, Also, this is a big one that I really want to deep dive into really quick. The fractional ownership. This is the best analogy I can give to you, and please follow me here. So, in a world where we're really busy and crunched for time, sometimes watching a 2 or 3 hour long movie all at once can be really difficult, right? Especially when we're always busy. But if we watch a TV show and it breaks it up into, maybe 5 seasons and each episode is 30 minutes long, right? It makes it a lot easier to watch that TV show maybe one episode at a time, even two, right? But it's hard to just sit down and watch, an entire movie all at once, even if, you can pause it and come back to it. I know. Follow me here. More and more people are watching TV shows because they don't have enough time to sit down and watch movies as much. I'm not saying this is all across the board, this is just an analogy. It is the exact same thing here with this fractional ownership. So instead of saving money and then being able to go out and buy stocks and bonds, they're going to do fractional ownership. So basically, you can buy pieces of the pie. But what's super important about this is most people can't afford real estate. Real estate, being able to tokenize and fractionalize, real estate makes it way easier for the common man to be able to invest into this stuff. There's good things and there's bad things about it, but I do just want to keep you guys updated on like, hey, this is probably what's going to happen once all these these stocks, these companies, all these different stuff gets put on the blockchain. Is this is what's going to happen here. And yes, it will lead to more access, more liquidity. That's the most important thing, is more liquidity. Faster settlements, you guys know that. That's what XRP is here for. That's what, Solana, Ethereum, all of it. That's what it's here for. It's just quicker, faster, instant cross-border payments. It is going to be cheaper. Like I was saying, it gets rid of that middleman, the clearinghouses. That's the word I was looking for, and broker fees. So basically, as if they already weren't making enough money, they want even more of your money. uh, so then smart contracts can automate dividends, splits, and compliance. Basically, what I'm getting from this is like, how a stock can pay you dividends. It'll be the same thing with smart contracts. So you get a percentage each year for holding the stock. So, to each their own, but that was a lot. And then transparency, of course, how much more transparent do you need to get here? I mean, the blockchain's about as good as you're going to get when it comes to transparency. So I don't know if there's going to be some shady stuff that shows up that you're like, whoa, did not know about that. But more than anything, transparency is extremely important for a currency that is that is controlled by trust. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the news today. That's reading between the lines 101 of basic news is they want to cut out the middleman. They want to make more money. They want to bring everything online. They want to make things so that you can buy them in small pieces so that there's more people who would be interested in investing into infrastructure, stocks and bonds, whatever, right? It's kind of the whole point of this. So you guys do more research if you need to. I feel like I laid it out there pretty good to help understand. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. just hit me up on X, comment down below, whatever you feel is necessary. If I need to go deeper or maybe make this a little bit easier to understand, again, please let me know. Please let me know because I'm always willing to do better. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening. I appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.